If we had been talking hybrids on Earth Day, I may have meant the kind with 4 wheels, but the only hybrids going green this weekend will be the kind on 2 legs. NFL hybrids, you know, defensive ends, linebackers made for a 3-4 defense. Our next guest, one of this year's crop in the NFL draft, a 2-time MAC MVP. In Todd McShay's latest draft, he's the top pick in the 2nd round. Some drafts even have him going in the 1st. He is Northern Illinois' Larry English, and he joins us on First Take. Larry, we're a little more than 48 hours before the draft gets underway. What's it like to be you right now?
You know, it's exciting right now. It's exciting. You know, it's been a long process, and I'm definitely excited and happy. I'm thrilled that the time is so close now.
You mentioned a long process. Be honest as you can. How much attention do you really pay to your stock going up and your stock going down, all that draft board stuff?
You know what, in all honesty, I used to.
And what was that like when you saw it?
You know what, it's hard doing that. It's hard doing that if you really try to pay attention to whether you're rising or falling. But really lately, I've just come to realize that, you know, in most cases, even the so-called experts might not know everything, and you know, you really don't know until everything's Saturday. You never know how the draft is going to play out. So it's out of my hands now. I've done what I could do, and I'm just kind of waiting to see how things play out.
No truer words have probably ever been spoken. I called you a hybrid a moment ago. Others sometimes call it a tweener. Which do you think you are?
If I had to choose a word, I think I'd say hybrid.
Yeah. What defensive scheme do you think you'd fit best in the NFL?
You know what? I can't really say. I mean, I played defensive end in a 4-3 the past 5 years, and I'm completely comfortable there playing defensive end. But at the same time, you know, the more I learn about the 3-4 defense, I think I'll fit perfectly there too. So, you know, like I said, we'll just see what happens.
Well, I know you said it's out of your hands, but if you can fantasize a little bit for us here, which NFL quarterback would you most like to sack?
You know what, I think for some reason, I think it would have to be Peyton Manning.
Well, I mean, I know he's a great quarterback, but is there any more to it there?
No, I don't think it's any more than that. I think, you know, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So I look at him as one of those guys as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. So getting to him, that'd be an honor. Makes
a lot of sense. We want to get to know you a little bit better now. Let me ask you, what was the strangest question you were asked during all the interviews with teams out there?
You know, I probably had to say the strangest question was, for me at least, was how many times a week you smoke dope, and that question was funny to me. Obviously, that was a never. I don't, but that was probably the most outlandish question.
Were you, I mean, so shocked that they would ask it that way instead of just going based on the testing that they do?
Yeah, I guess, but you never know. You never know with some people.
Do you think somebody would answer that and tell them the number of times?
You know what, I don't know.
All right, how about this? You grew up in Illinois. Who was your favorite Bears player growing up? You were telling me you were a fan. Yeah,
I was definitely a Bears fan, and my favorite player growing up was Walter Payton. And you know, where I'm from, he's kind of a legend and still is, and you know, he was definitely the guy that I looked up to a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered if you were in the Chicago area or not. It's sort of interesting. Todd McShay's draft right now has you going to the Lions, I believe. So growing up a Bears fan, what would that be like? You'd have to play against the team that you rooted for as a kid. I mean, and major rival there.
Yeah, you know, I think I've already come to deal with that. I realized that, you know, I'm gonna have to play against the Bears, and I mean, if that were the case, I think that'd be fine. When you get out on that football field and you competing man on man, I don't think you so much think about the organization as much.
Is your family going to have Bears jersey on or your jersey on?
No, they're definitely going to ride with me.
Okay, all right, just checking it. And before we let you go, I read that you're a big-time sports junkie. We had a debate recently here, the best sports day, the greatest sports day of the year. So I'll ask you, for Skip Bayless, it was the Masters. A lot of people, the Sunday of the Masters. A lot of people around here picked the first day of the NCAA tournament. How about you, the greatest sports day of the year?
Super Bowl.
No hesitation, especially if you were playing in it, I'm going to guess.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Larry, we wish you a lot of luck this weekend. Enjoy. You seem to be very happy enjoying the process right now, and we appreciate you joining us.
I am. Thank you for having me. Take care.
Our pleasure. You too. And the NFL Draft, can't remind you enough, it's Saturday and Sunday.